It's the 10th year since the collapse of human civilization. The survivors have embarked on a desperate path of cannibalism. Seeing strangers approaching, a man hides in a secluded cabin in the woods, shivering in terror, unaware that he was the one who attracted this group. Just yesterday, Jack went hunting with his father. His father successfully trapped a fat, wild boar. As the father and son searched through the snowy ground, they discovered that the boar had jumped into a swamp. Now they had no choice but to expand their search area to look for supplies. After walking for a while, the father and son found two cars blocked by tree branches. The doors and trunk were all open, indicating that they had already been looted by others. But they still went inside the cars to search. The father found a cigarette butt dropped in the corner, while Jack was lucky enough to find a pack of expired cookies. He excitedly hid them away but accidentally touched the car horn, completely shattering the silence of the forest. Quickly, a pack of wild dogs they feared emerged from their dens. The father hurriedly stuffed Jack into the back seat and quickly hid in the driver's seat himself. The wild dogs didn't notice their presence, and the father and son narrowly escaped. Jack took advantage of his father's inattention to sneak a cookie. As they were about to leave, Jack had almost finished eating. He quickly took the last cookie and casually threw the wrapper aside. But what Jack never expected was that a brand new wrapper was bound to bring a bloody storm. The next day, Jack suddenly heard a noise behind him. When he turned his head, he saw a large group of strangers walking towards him. Jack was so scared that he pulled up his pants and hurriedly hid back in the cabin in the woods, using a barrier to block the house, not knowing that he was the one who attracted this group. Jack hid inside the house and observed the outside through a crack. He noticed the group getting closer and closer, which scared him so much that he fell to the ground. This woke up his father, who, upon seeing his son so terrified, immediately became alert and observed. At this point, the father saw a large group of people rushing towards the wooden house and realized that a fierce battle was imminent. So he quickly packed his bags, put the important medicine into a backpack, and handed it to his still shocked son. Jack finally snapped out of his panic. As the father quickly kicked open a wooden board, he ran out the back door with his son and daughter-in-law. Due to the daughter-in-law's serious injuries, she was unable to travel long distances. After a brief consideration, the father hid his son and daughter-in-law in a septic tank and faced the group of desperate criminals alone. No matter how fierce the father was, he felt outnumbered. In the end, he was no match for the crowd and was directly knocked to the ground with a stick. Seeing this, the couple was both terrified and sad. To survive, they had to hold back their sobs. Next, the group ransacked the cabin in the woods, packing up all the usable supplies. Someone noticed that Jack had accidentally dropped his backpack while running away. They discovered extremely precious medicine inside and were overjoyed. You see, most people in the post-apocalyptic world had already been infected by bacteria, and they could barely maintain their lives by relying on medication. Jack's wife also depended on these pills to stay alive. But now, all the pills had been plundered by the other party. As Jack watched his dead father being carried away on a stick with his limbs tied by the robbers,